about the business decision simulation. So I'm very happy, okay, and to be here, and wish tonight the training will be successful. Okay, so I think okay, so that's my very short speaking. Okay, so I think now I will introduce Professor Zhang Yun and Dr. Zhang Yun, and in fact, she is also, I mean, the faculty member of the School of Management Science and Engineering, SUFE. I think she is also very keen about the simulation training. I think now, I think Professor Zhang Yun, would you please say something? Please.
Okay. Thanks to Professor Zhu for inviting me to communicate with you all. I may study the application of AI in the business field. Nowadays, AI is developing extremely fast, and all industries rely on it. Although AI hasn't been used in this business design simulation competition yet, we are reading researching how to incorporate AI tools into the simulation system in the future, so as to help enterprise make more brilliant designs. I hope this training will be helpful to everyone, and I'm looking forward to all of you achieving great performance in the competition. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Zhang Yun. Thank you. Okay, now I think Zhang Rui, Mr. Zhang Rui, are you in the web? Zhang Rui, Zhang Rui，小吴，张瑞来了没有？
啊，张
张
瑞老师，
瑞老师，
张瑞老师好
小张，
像目前不在，
张瑞老师他来没有
他好像目前不在会上。好的，
？Okay. So how about our uh, very famous Professor Govinda Tamaka? And he is also our Sufi's old friend. Okay, now it's I think now we would welcome Professor Govinda Tamaka to say something. Is that all right?
Thank you, Professor. I am checking about if Professor Govinda is coming, and yes, Professor Govinda is coming in 1 minute, and maybe after half hour, and yes.
So you could, as as a master of this training, so you could introduce our excellent experts and professors from other international universities, please. So,
Yes, Professor Nan,
yeah,
thank you so much. Can you hear me?
yeah.
Okay, great. So I think it's a wonderful evening that many of the students from different part of the world are coming together to learn this software, to learn this decision-making process. And I am very grateful to Professor Nan and Professor Zhang, as well as other friends, Coco, Miss Wang as well. Like Professor Nan spoke earlier, it is one of the wonderful effort made by Sufi to build this cooperation between Nepal and other countries as well. Professor Istman from Pakistan is here. We have contacted some of the professors from African universities as well, and I hope they will join today, or if not, from tomorrow. Due to some of the religious practices, some of our friends are not being able to join today, but hopefully they will be able to join from tomorrow. So the main objective, as we have spoken earlier, the main objective of our workshop is to spread and to teach about this software, to learn about this software, and be able to understand the whole whole process of management science, decision making, not only just rules of thumb decision making, but instead of making decisions with the fact and with the data. Learning this software, and we are organizing this international competition in May, and we encourage all of you to participate in that competition as well. So I can talk about that competition in next meetings as well. But for now, as I just spoke with Professor Govinda Tamang from School of Management at Tribhuvan University, he's on his way. He will be joining shortly, and we'll request him to speak few words about the cooperation that we are trying to build with the School of Management, Tribhuvan University, as well as Operation Research Society in Nepal, who has been hosting SWUFE, and who we have been hosting in SWUFE as well. So it's a great friendship that we have been building, and hopefully this kind of workshop, even though it's not face-to-face, it's in a cloud-based, it's in online, hopefully this will bring most of the students and all of the students together, learn something new as well. I'm not sure if Professor Esteman is around today. He was here earlier, but Professor Esteman, would you be able to speak few words as well? Maybe not, right? Okay. So without further delay, Professor Nan, shall we start our training?
Yes, please.
Where was that? Close microphone.
Okay, thank you, everybody. And thank you for Professor Nam, Professor Zhang Yun, and Professor Zhang Rui, and Professor Ashima, and Mr. Suo for coming here today, and all the participants. It's my honor and my pleasure to hold this workshop with you. And we see now that we have Professor Govinda now. Maybe we can just invite Professor Govinda to say something for us. Hello, Professor Govinda.
Thank you so much, Mr. Coco.
Nice to
So
meet
wish
you.
you all the best. So I'm now on the way. So I'll just get back to you, all of you. So wish you all the best. Sure, definitely, sure. I'll just get back to you.
All right.
Please continue.
All right. Thank you. Just
Okay,
Professor.
Professor Govinda, would you please also say hi for us to Professor Charlie? Is that right? Okay. Thank you again for him, give us a lot of positive support during we visit Nepal this February. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Coco, would you please continue?
All right, thank you, Professor, and thank you, Professor Na. And as Professor Na have talked about, we visit Nepal this February, and we hold a workshop which will happen in the 5th and 6th in Nepal, Tribhuvan University. And we at that time we hold this workshop, but offline. And we have about 20 students participated, and so because you see we have a very limited schedule of our trip in Nepal, so we can just share all our knowledge and ideas about this competition and this system. Professor Na have gave a speaking and a report in the ORS. So as he have talked about, we can use the business simulation decision to accelerate, or can I say enhance, our education skills. So what we are trying to do is to use such a system and such a way to finish our education, to share all this knowledge to our students and to you, my friends. And as Mr. Suo has talked about, we will hold the national competition in May, which we might invite students from all over the world to participate in this competition. And of course, it will be offline, I think. And some of the students, maybe from Nepal, maybe from Tanzania, even Pakistan, and even the other countries, they might come to SWUFE, come to Southwestern University of Finance and Economics, and we will share. Well, I think we will share a wonderful time here. So for participating in this competition and to know what this system, what this website, all the things about, today we are going to share something about this workshop, the main topic of our workshop. It is the IB-SIM education system. And as you can see on my screen, this is the website we normally use to log in the business simulation. And you can see when after I log in, we have hold some competition, and the practice competition for students. And you see here is 3 competition we used to make it for the postgraduate students in SWUFE, and for some students of our undergraduate students. This competition is also for even for the doctoral students. So no matter you are the undergraduate or you're postgraduate, or even you are not in school, you are a CEO, you are working in a corporation, you can also learn about how to use this competition and what can you do with using and learning this competition. And as we can see here, we got some competition here. And please wait a minute. I will show you the website of what we usually do.
Just send me the link and I will share.
Which one?
Sorry, the software. Or maybe we can just put it in the Google chat.
Oh yeah,
And the
great,
Tencent chat. Yeah.
great. And you can see here, this one, 2025 workshop. This one is the one we used in Nepal, in the Tribhuvan University. And
We didn't get the message yet.
all right, please wait a minute. I'll send you the website into the chatting box.
So we will send you a link to the software.
And you can just log in this website, and first of all, open the link. Secondly, click the one English version. We got an English version, which is also translated by SWUFE, the ancestor of me. Yes. And then you may just register for your personal account and register a team for your teammates. But you can just witness now. You can just watch what I will show. You don't need to register now. We can do that later or tomorrow. All right. And so we can see here, we got a 2025 workshop practice used. And this is one we are using in the Tribhuvan University's workshop. And you can see, we got about 6 teams, 16, yes. 16 in this workshop. And yes, normally they are, oh, sorry, wait a minute.
Created username for both students.
No, sure, but the data was gone. All right. For some technological problems, the data was gone for the students before, but it's okay. It's okay, just for practicing. So I will show you another one. Here is this one. It's the 2025 spring, the postgraduate students. This competition was for the course using, which is taught by also Professor Nam, and I as me as an assistant for him. We create this competition. We are using this for our postgraduate students. We taught this class in each we taught this class each week. And you can see here we have 13 teams in our competition, and each one of them is composed of 3 students, just like you. And this is the basic of our rules of participating in this competition. And what you should do in this competition, in this website, is just to fill all the blanket of this website. You can see here, we got about 3 or 4 parts. I may divide this into 4 parts. The first one was called the market decision. The second one is the supply decision. And the third one is manufacture. I may consider this one as the most important thing we should do in our simulation. And then the financial decision. Financial is also very important because as you can imagine, if we don't have a healthy financial status, your company will be corrupt, maybe just in one phase, maybe in 1 month. So financial is very important, but more than that, for our company to grow up, for our company to grow bigger and stronger, the manufacturer plan is I think critical. Is critical because how many you produce, how many you manufacture, it decides how much you may earn, and you may see that this system, it contains about any parts of a corporation would face in your real life. Because you see, we have the market decision. We have to decide which price our products should be sold, and how much advertisement and promotion we should set for our each product in each market, and then how many products we should supply into each market. You can just imagine the market 1 as your national market. The market 3 and 4 is the overseas markets. So how much you will supply to each market is also one of the parts you should decide. And then the manufacturer, and as if you have you have factory or you have a company, you may just think about how many things I should produce in this season, how many I should produce in tonight. Because if I produce too much, our supply will be more than demand, and you see our either our price will go down, or either the supply will be just can be sold out. So that's a problem. And then it's the financial. The financial, as you can see, your company in the real life, your financial decision will be more free. Will be more free than this system because you have a lot of ways to concentrate the funds for a company. You can borrow from your friends, you can borrow from the bank, you can borrow from anybody else. And but in this system, we got 2 ways for our financial situation. First one is a bank loan. The second one is debenture. Bank loan, and this bank loan in this system might be a little bit different from what you think and what you know in the real life. Normally, a company just get the bank loan to grow your company, to buy more machines, or just to hire more workers. But in this competition, we normally use the debenture. Why? Because the bank loan is defined as an emergency way to save your company's financial situation. The bank loan will be get in presently, but will also be paid off presently, which means you have to pay off all your loans just at the end of this season. And in this competition, we do each phase, as you can see here, the first until 9, even until 16. Each phase we might be considered as one season. So here is the difference between the bank loan and debenture, and the basic knowledge you should know about this competition. And here is just a brief introduction. We have a lot to introduce more. And so maybe first of all, I may share with you how to create an account for yourself. And
okay. Do you have any questions so far? Any unclear things?
You can also send your question in the chat box
as well. Yeah.
So basically,
we try to do some introduction as of now, right? What are the components of decisions that you have to make? There are like 4 components, and then you have to fill up their decisions. Like Coco said, at the end of the competition or at the end of your company operation, there should not be any kinds of loans. So you should keep in that mind, right? Let's see if we can create your own username and password. So as a beginning of the game, everybody can test what kind of decisions you want to make. But before the deadline, let's say 1 quarter or one phase, right? Today is our assuming today is our 9 phase or 8 phase, whatever it is. So at the end of let's say today is the deadline of 8 phase. Before that, only the leader can submit the decision, and that will be the final. But before the deadlines, everyone can test and see like what would be the best decision for your company. For that decisions, you have to go back to your historical data. So next step, Coco is going to show you how to analyze and where to find your historical data. This competition is not about creating your new company. This competition is about whatever you are given. A company is given to you with some kind of data, and you have to make the improvement. You have to make your company bigger. You have to purchase equipments. You have to hire people. You have to produce. That's the challenge. So it's not about creating a new company. It's about growing what you are given. Okay, so just keep in that mind, and we'll go from here.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Su.
Voice? No voice.
Sorry,
Coco.
Professor. 开了，朱老师。
Okay.
So for this in this manufacture plan, we will use all our materials, all our assets to produce the maximum products we can do, to gain the maximum income and maximum profit. So, so what's the rules about manufacture? When can we manufacture the product A? Can we just produce it from nothing? No. First of all, we have to invest in the R&D, which means the research and research, the R&D costs. First of all, we have to invest in the R&D. So that's how we can just produce our products. And then after you do the invest and after you have make a perfect manufacture plan, which you just use all of your workers and all of your machines and use the minimum materials of your company. And now we got products. So after this, where should we sell our products to? As you can see here, we got four markets, and but what's the difference between these four markets? Let's just imagine this market one as your local market, which is near, and there will be a very low cost in the transportation, and they get some maybe even close to the barriers to get into this market. The second one, the market two. The market two, you may just imagine as the market in another province or just in another country which have a similar culture to yours, just like um, yeah, just like the real life. And the third one will be the market three, and market four. In these two markets, you may imagine these one as the foreign and overseas markets, because you see, if you want to transport your products into overseas market, you have to pay a lot in the tax, pay a lot in the transportation, and you have to build a lot of things, build a lot of the um, you have to pay a lot to get this done. And and after after you have just decide how many should you supply, so then we have to decide how much should we set the price for each product. We can't just set each product, and we can set our products in each market as the same price, because that's not how we usually just make our profit maximum. So we have to decide how much this product would be in this market. And of course, it depends. It depends on the situation now, and it depends on the situation of the history. As we can see, if something was sold in Kathmandu, maybe just a scarf. A scarf sold in Kathmandu, it will be sent in 2,000 yuan. But in the same scarf, if we want to sell it in Pokhara, we have to say, maybe we can just maybe we should raise the price, or we should decrease the price, because it depends on the situation of these two cities. And then if we want to sell your scarf, you build for a nice scarf in China, of course we can just raise the price, maybe just rise them up for 300 or even 500 or even 1,000. So that's the basic rules of the price setting. And of course, you want to make your products popular, you want to make them famous, yeah, of course you have to invest in the advertisement and promotion. That's also the base of opening this market and selling your product. So as we can see, we got a lot to think. We have a lot of things to decide. So that's why we have 3 teammates in one team. You have 3 members in your team. And normally we just we just assign different member to hold the different duty of your company. Maybe just like me, if I was in my team, I should be the one who is going to finish the manufacture plan. And for another student, I maybe assign him to do the product supply, and for another one, he should do the price setting. And finally, we can do the financial plan together, 3 of us, because it is about the future and the present situation of our corporation. So so we got three members, and you should divide your tasks properly to make anybody participating in this competition properly. And after the introduction of this website, I may just introduce the details of the rules in this competition. It is about the exactly how much and what you can do in this.
You download these rules?
Download?
Like PDF?
PDF, yes, yeah, I can.
Yeah, and then share it.
Yeah, of course.
No, let's go to the file.
File? Download, you mean?
Download PDF, did you say? No? Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not. Download. I have to copy, and you can be.
Save as?
Oh yeah, got it. Save as.
Where?
Save
This
as.
one?
This one. Save as.
And,
No, it's HTML.
yeah. No.
It's HTML. Not PDF. Not PDF. Not PDF. How about I just copy that to Word?
Okay.
Yeah. And I will copy this rules into words, and I'll share this to you in a PDF. Just wait a minute.
Because the rules is very important. So the rules is very important. All the participants can do is when we read the rules, you highlight some of the important numbers. For example, like how many companies are there? So you need to highlight it, all the important informations. So I want you to have this copy and make sure you highlight the crucial information that you think is important for making your decisions and making your company better. Yes. Yeah.
Let me just send it in the words. Okay.
Yeah,
Words, and you can edit.
No worries.
Okay. I have to mention that this rule was also this is also changing in each competition, which means this rules
Which will change in where did you send?
sorry,
Yes.
the specific numbers will change in different competition in different time. So, and in this one, it should be like this. In this one, you see, we have salary for the normal chef will be 3 yuan, will be 3 yuan, 3 yuan. But in another competition, it might be 4 or even 7 or even 20. So this one change. A lot of things change in this, but the basic information in the words I will send to you is the same.
I didn't change. You can send it.
Maybe I just share it
Yeah.
here again. I will upload this in my Google file, and you can just download it.
Just put it in the drive. In the
This
in
one
the-
is Drive. The Tencent
no, I mean the Google conversation. Where is the Google conversation?
Google Conversations. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I can. Oh, you can't. No. So, but how did you send this?
Wait, which one?
What it is?
It's just a
Who
link.
send it?
It's a link.
Oh, you can type, but
Yes.
not the.
All right. Okay. Share. It's perfect.
Oh yeah, please.
When he will tell me if you want to stop. All right. And my friends, you can just I'll send you the link into the conversation in the chatting box. You can download this rules of this system, and you can have a check with me. We can check it together. Somebody need to. Editor should be right. Editor.
Yeah. The editor actually, but they can just download it. They will just download it.
And this one also, this one will be the tools of the. You have to use it. This one, the other one was the tools in this system, in the tools for us to make the calculation and to make a prediction about our financial situation, and also it's also about it's also for a prediction of our product selling. So you see, as we have talked about, there's a lot of things to think. There's a lot of numbers to calculate, and we can't just make this done by ourselves. So, what connects us? What connect you, individual, to other members in your team? So this one, we can just use this to help you to finish this competition. All right. Since you have got the file, right? All right, in this file, as you can see, we have 11. We have 11 title in this rules. The first one was general. It will introduce the about how many teams are in this game and which the difficulty level is, and what you should do in this competition. This one was the general rules, the first one. The second one is market rules. Market rules, as we have talked about, is so it tells you that you should decide the price you are going to set and how much you are going to invest in the promotion and the advertisement. And then the product's quality is related to R&D cost and the worker's salary. Higher quality products can have higher prices. And you may see this one. You may don't know that. What is worker salary? It's at here. The worker's salary is easy to understand, I think. Is it here? The salary ratio. It means how much you will pay to your workers as they originally should have. In originally, maybe you just you just have to pay your workers, pay your worker for maybe 3,000. But if you want to make some awards, and you can just give him like 4,000, and you see he will work for you more harder than before, and he will spare all his efforts. So that's what the worker salary is working. It makes your products better. It makes your the waste of your productions more effective, and you can set a higher price of your product because the better the more the workers is receiving and the higher levels of your product is, you can set a higher price because you got a better quality than the others. That's the basic rules of the R&D and selling and the selling price. And then the product transportation and sales. You can please read the first sentence. Only 75% of products can be transported into market, which means if you produce about 100 products, you can only transport 75 products. You can just only transport 75 into market. So you should remember and know how to calculate about this. And then it's the fixed transportation cost, which means if you want to transport any into this market, you have to pay such. You have to pay such much. In the market one, if you want to transport, you have to pay 2,000. No matter you transport one product or even 1,000 product, you have to pay this 2,000. The other is all the same. The other things have the same understanding. This is the fixed transportation cost, and then is a floating transportation cost. Floating means on the basis of the fixed transportation cost, you have to pay. The more you have to pay, the more you transport, the more you have to pay. If you transport one product A in market one, you pay 100 for the floating cost. But if you transport 100, you will pay 10,000 for the floating cost. So the fixed one and floating one, two of them composed of the whole transportation cost for your transportation, for your supply. So this is the rules of supply. And then the stock and order. The stock mean there is a situation, because you see you can only transport 75% of your products into the market, so there will be 25% of products be saved in your stock, be saved in your warehouse. So here is how much you will pay for this warehouse for saving it, for saving your product. As you can see, the product A will cost you 20 for one. One product A saving in your warehouse will cost you 20, and one product D saving in your warehouse will cost you 120. And but then you may say, why product D cost more than product A? And like we have make the examples. The market 4 is overseas market, and so relatively the product D might we can just imagine this one as some higher level product. Make an example also. The product A should be an iPod. It can be an iPod just for listening to music and watch some MP3 videos. But for product D, it might be a Mac or iPhone. This one contains more function, and it, of course, is much more expensive. And of course, you have to invest more to produce this, and it can make you more profit. So that's the difference between the product. And then after the stock, it's the order. The order means when the order will come to your company, it's a situation we have talked already. It's this one, just in this situation, that if your company produce too much products and you can sell all it out because you have supplied too much than the demand of this market. So that's when you will have the order. But how many orders will the demand turns into the orders? It has a basic rules about maybe you can see here in each market for each product is different. Make an example also in the market one. If you have I made a mistake. It was the demand higher than the supply. That's when you have the order. Sorry, I made a mistake. It's when the demand higher than supply. The demand higher than supply. Let's just make an example also. If there will be 100 demand in this market, in market one for product A, but you have only supplied 70 products A into market one. So now you have 30 more demands to be filled, but you don't have more sub products. So what should we do? So then this 30 products will turn to orders. But how many? It will be 30% in the rules. It tells you 30%, which means 30 plus 30%, it will be nine products. So in the next phase, you will have 9 orders for product A. And these orders means they give you the order and you will bring your product to them in the next season, in the next phase, but still in the same price to the before. Sure, yeah, sure. That's the meaning of order. So and stock is also the same. Stock when you have stock is a situation that the supply more than supply, higher than demand, that's when you have stock. Sorry about this. Please understand. And then after the stock and order, we got to the manufacture. It's about cost. The cost of manufacturing. Just like we said, when we want to produce any, want to manufacture any product, we will use machines, we will use workers and the materials, the raw materials. That's the three basic that's the three elements we have to use in manufacturing. First one, machine; second one, worker; and the third one, material. And which means if you want to produce one product A, you have to pay at least 100 hours of a machine to produce and 150 worker hours to produce and 300 units of materials. And B3, B, C, D, it cost how much it should here. But the calculation of the manufacturing is a little bit more difficult and a little bit too and a little bit more complicated to explain. So we will talk this part maybe in tomorrow or tomorrow after tomorrow, and maybe Professor Nan may give his tools to teach you about how we do this linear program, how we use a linear program to solve this problem out. And the shift means how many times the students will be working on in the working day. You see, the first shift normal time we got 8 hours, and the second shift normal time 8 hours too. So the first shift is in the morning, second one is in the afternoon, and we got some overtime too. Overtime will cost overtime will cost 4 hours. Overtime will take 4 hours of students, and as you can know, the overtime in the time for workers as an overtime, you have to pay more than the normal, because yeah, that's what a boss should do: pay your workers and hope them will make the best quality of the product. And you got 520 hours in one normal time shift and in one quarter, and over time you got totally 260 hours. This one is for one worker and one machine, which means for one worker he may have at most 520 hours in one quarter, which means one season. So you see, if you put any workers or if you make any manufacture plan for the overtime, the workers may just have may have fewer time to produce the products, half fewer, and they will charge more than the normal time. So basically, we just put all the workers into the normal time as much as we can, because you see, for the overtime, they work in fewer time, they work for higher salary, and they work for the more expensive machine hour, more expensive materials. So that's not worth it. That will increase the costs of your product. So we put any manufacturing plan in the normal time as much as we can. And then the machines can be used in two shifts, as we talked, the first shift and second shift. But you see, for machine, the machine doesn't have the meaning of the normal time and overtime. So the machine can be used in two shift, and the machine will charge the machine's price is way higher. Is way higher than the worker's salary. It will cost you 20,000 yuan for one, and in each quarter, in each phase, it will take you some cost to fix and to maintain your machines. So that's the cost you will pay for your machines, and just like we said, the machines is the fixed asset of your company. The more machines you have, the better opportunity you have to produce the higher quality, higher level products, just like the product D. And as as a manufacturer strategy or the selling strategy of your company. If you want to just get into the high level or high tech, if your company want to be a high tech company, just like Apple or Huawei or anything like that, you have to input more in for buying machines. So that's how you have the basis of being a high tech machine, high tech company. That's the basis of producing the high quality products. But if you want to stick to some more handmade stuff like the scarf or the gloves or clothes, you can just buying more workers to produce the product A, product B. That's the strategy. Difference in this competition, and then buying materials. Buying materials, you see, uh, there will be a discount if you want to buy more. If you purchase more, the more you purchase, the more discount you will get. But the limitation is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is 2 million. 2 million is the limitation of the discount. At most, if you buy 2 million of materials, you give a discount in 93%. So it's all the same. If you want to get less cost, actually the more you buy, the less you spend. And then it's the material transportation cost. If you want to buy any materials, you will pay for the transportation for it comes to your company. That this one is just like the product's transportation. It got a fixed cost and a floating cost. Floating cost is 0.02 and the fixed is 5,000. Then the material transportation time. And as you can see, if we want to produce supply our products into markets, we can only just supply 75% of our manufacturing. But and also for the materials, if you want to buy any materials to come to your company, you can only have is only half of it. Only half of your materials can come to your company in this current quarter. The second half will be coming in the next quarter. So please remember about this. To in case that you buy materials that is not enough for your manufacturing plan. And then the administration cost. The administration cost actually is containing in the manufacturer plan, which means if you make any plan to manufacture in the first shift, you have to ask somebody to take care of your manufacturer. So you have to pay him for product A, you pay 4,000. For product D, you pay 8,000. So that's just one thing you have to take care. And then it's R&D. R&D, as we talked, it's about the way to enhance the quality and the effective of manufacturing of your product. The higher level it is, the more effective it is, and the better quality it is. Relatively, you can set a higher price to each product. And one thing you have to know is that the R&D cost, it's accumulated. It's not current input. It's accumulated, which means if you input 200,000 in the first quarter, so now you just reach the limitation of getting to the level 2. So if you want to get your so when you want to level up your product, you just invest how much how much you ask to get into the next level, but not the accumulated one. A lot of the students, a lot of the participants, they make the mistake about the investment of products leveling up. They just input, for example, if they are in the level 1, they input 100,000, and they want to get the product into level 2, then they input 200,000. That's a mistake because you input too much. Even this money can be eventually turns into the investment of R&D costs. It can eventually be leveling up product, but it's not effective. It's totally not effective. Just imagine, you can use this 250,000 to do what? You can use this money to buy a machine. You can use this money to divide them. You can use this money to manufacture a product. You can use this money to do more the things that is more effective, but not in this not in this R&D cost, because in 1 quarter you can at most level up for you can just at most level get one more level. You cannot directly go to level 5, level 4. You have to take one by one step by one step. So when you are doing the R&D cost investment, just please remember it's accumulated cost. So I think it's easy to understand. Just please remember the rules about it. It's accumulated. It's accumulated. Okay. And then 7 is the hire, lay off, and retire workers. For the hire, layoff, retiring workers is also the part of manufacture. And then the finance and the tax and dividend. I think maybe after we have finished the introduction of the workers, maybe we have 10 minutes of breaking. Yeah, we have 10 minutes of breaking time. Then we come back to get to the financial and the growing plans of this competition. So let's talk about the workers. As you can see, as you know, a new worker in your company, it cannot be effective as the older workers. You see, the freshmen, when they first come to your company, they don't know anything. They just want to ask, they learn from masters, or they learn by themselves. So anyways, they are just not effective as the old man, just not as effective as the old workers. And you have to pay them as the same salary to the old workers. So you have to know that first of all, first rule about hiring workers is that at the most you can't exceed 50% of the total number of workers at the beginning of your current quarter. So imagine you have 100 of workers now. You want to hire new workers, but you can only hire at most 50 of new workers. And then each workers will cost you 500 yuan. It's the second rule. And the third one is about the effectiveness. As we talked, the new workers, is just equivalent to 25% to the experienced worker. Just 25%. Please remember, which means if you have 100 currently and you will hire 50 more, so now you think you have 150 workers now, but no, actually these 50 workers, they can just be 25% effective as the experience. So it will be 50 plus 25%, it would be 20. Oh no, sorry. 50. It will just be sorry, it's 12.5, 12.5, sorry. 12.5. So now what you actually workers you have now is 112.5. That's what you have. Well, but actually it's still not the end. So now we know things about hiring workers, but how about retiring them? How about layoff? And in each quarter, in each season, you have to lay off some workers. You have to lay off at least, in the rules we talked, 3% of each quarters, which means you have to retire at the beginning. You have 100, so you have to retire. You have to lay off at least 3 workers. So now you hire workers, you lay off them. It is 100 plus 50 plus 50 and time 25% and minus 3. So eventually what the workers numbers you have is actually 109.5 workers. That's how much you have. That's how many workers you actually have. So for these workers, this is how much you can use to manufacture to finish your manufacture plan. And about the layoff, you see, we have totally 16 fees, 16 quarter in this competition. The first 8 pieces, it is the history. It is already been done. So that will be the history of your company. Um, Now what you have to do is finish the rest of the 8 phases. In this 8 phases, you can just divide your company into maybe I think maybe three type of situation. First one, growing up. Second one, making money. The third one, dividing to your shareholders. That's the 3 step. That's the life, the company's life in this competition. So first of all, when you want to expand your company, you want to make it more, you want to expand your company and make more profits. You want to manufacture more and get more income. So you have to hire more workers, buy more machines. And so we just don't lay off any workers, except for the necessary, except the necessary laid off workers. For the rest of them, we don't lay off anybody. First of all, layoff is costing. Layoff is very, very costing. If you lay off one workers, it will cost you, you see here, 1,000 yuan, and you will have at least at the most 520 worker hours to decrease for your manufacture plan. So layoff is costing. First of all, layoff is costing. The second of all, laying off people is not that. I think it's not that fitting to our current values of holding a company, because we just try our best to don't lay off anybody, because they have family too. In real life, they have family too. Even in this competition, um, they are they are just digital people. So, but anyway, we just don't lay off any workers as we can, because it's costing and it's not necessary. And then it's about the worker salary. If you put anybody into the into the manufacture plan, you have to pay them. You put them in the first shift, you pay them as the first shift time, 3 yuan. So they work for 8 hours, you pay them at least 24 yuan for the first shift. If you put them in the first shift overtime, they work for 4 hours. So the salary for them for that day will be 18 yuan. So telling you about the costing of the salary is because you have to calculate how much you will spend on manufacturing. So if you want to make the calculation, please remember to check here, to check about the basic salary of your workers, and then motivate workers. The way to motivate your workers is the salary ratio. The salary ratio, just like we said, you pay them more, they will be more effective, they will be more happy to work for you, and in that way, the quality of your products will get higher, and the more effective, what should I say, the better quality. First of all, better quality. The second of all, the more effectively manufacturing will come out, because you see, in every production, you have to get some bad products. There will be some products will be wasted in your production. So if you pay them more, they will be more careful, they will be more just caring, then you have less waste in your manufacture. That's also a way to save the costs. So if you want to, actually, to get the maximum profits is not only about decreasing the costs and setting a higher price. Actually, if you want to get a best and the maximum profits, first of all, you have to consider how to make the costs to be balanced with the income. And actually, because if you invest some into the manufacturing, if you invest into the production, promotion, advertisement, working salary, actually you may get more income instead. You may get more income, then you may get more profits. So actually, if you want to get the maximum profits, you have to make a prediction about how much how many more you should invest to get the the highest income of your company. So that's the most thing you should consider about this competition. And for the rest of them, it's about financial and other stuff. Let's just take 10 minutes break. Okay, it's 10 and 10 in China and in Beijing time. Let's just come back in 10 minutes later. Okay, let's have 10 minutes breaking. Thank you all.
I think after 10 minutes, then we can record.
Okay.
Professor Govind
Professor
sir,
Govind sir,
Govind Tamang
Govind
sir.
Tamang sir. Are you available?
Yes, Sunil sir, how are you?
I am doing
I
well,
am
sir.
doing well,
Thank you
sir.
so
Thank you
much.
so much.
We are
We are
always
always
delighted to have you
delighted to
here.
have you here.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Okay. So, may I put some my opinion, some opinion here? Yes, Sunil sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can I just put some words here?
Yes,
Yes,
let me just
let me
give
just give a
few
few
sentences as
sentences
your
as your
introduction
introduction
to
to
some of our
some of our
international
international
participants as
participants
well.
as well.
Yeah.
So we
So
have
we have
Professor Govind
Professor
Tamang.
Govind Tamang.
He is
He
a
is a
director
director
at
at
School of
School of
Management,
Management,
Tribhuvan
Tribhuvan
University.
University.
He is
He's
also
also president of Operation Research Society in Nepal, and he is also a general secretary of Asia Pacific Operation Research Society. Um, it's a pleasure to have him here. It's a pleasure to have his guidance to our business simulation club at SWUFE as well, as in Nepal, to organize, to co-organize this event. So, Professor Govind Tamang, please give us a few words before we start rest of our training for today.
Well, thank you, Sunil sir. So it's my honor to be here. So in fact, Operation Research Society of Nepal and Tribhuvan University, along with the support of SUFI, right? So we have been conducting this session, I mean, business simulation practicum for so many years. So we have had opportunity of like offline competitions in SUFI as well, I think before COVID, right? So during COVID also, we have been able to, conduct this kind of training for our Nepali students as well, and as well as Pakistani students as well, right? So this is a great opportunity to get connected with all of you. So I believe this kind of, opportunity will create our regional grouping as well, so that we can exchange our business ideas to each of the countries, and students are also here. So I believe, of course, Operation Research Society Nepal is very happy to collaborate with all of our stakeholders as well. So I believe we can make some impact. So in fact, we have been looking for extending our these cooperations not only to our South Asian level, even at the in the old level as well, right? So Sunil sir, thank you for this opportunity. So I'm very thankful to Professor Nanju, Coco. Last time you all are here in Nepal as well, right? In February 1-2 conference as well. So I believe we can create more impact. So I hope now during our, I think, BRI international competitions, which we are supposed to do on, I think, coming April, May. So I believe now we will be able to create impact as we have been discussing for a long time. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. And we have got the participants from School of Management, Tribhuvan University as well here. Thank you, Sunil sir. Thank you, Coco. Thank you, Professor Nan, and all professors and all students. Best regards from my side. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Professor Govind Tamang. It's wonderful to have you. We have some of the participants from Pakistan as well as some of the friends from Tanzania as well. For for Pakistani professor, Professor Istahan, so he said he will have few words in the closing ceremony. So we'll request him in our closing day. So back to our training. So I think we have lots of information to digest today. So if you have any questions in between, if you have any confusion, please raise your hands, or just give us some notification, then we can take a break or take more explanations. So what I want to focus right now is the rules that we are going through, right? Just make sure you highlight some of the main informations in these rules. So for training, for today's training, we are going to, we'll try to end at 10:45 or 10:40. And then we'll have Professor Nan to give us more feedback on today's sessions. And then tomorrow, we will meet again in the same time at 9 o'clock. So tomorrow, once we know these rules and regulations of our software, so tomorrow we will try to practice. By tomorrow, I hope you all will get your own username and passwords to log in the system. For that, we'll try to send you in an email or in a group as well, most probably in the email for all of you. And then your group will have, then we'll have a competition or like, decision submission tomorrow night. We'll talk about that further in tomorrow. So for today is more of a theoretical part of the software, and tomorrow you will do the practical approach. As you must have seen, from the general rules to the market rules, you can relate you, as I'm referring to some of the graduate students and undergraduate students. So you can relate some of the theories of the management that we have learned in our classrooms, general theories, market theories. So that is the beauty of this software, that you can relate theories in the practice, right? So let's continue these rules again, and then we can go from there. Thank you,
Mr. Su, and we have already talked about me too. I want this workshop to be having a easy atmosphere, because you see, we really got a lot of information to understand, a lot of information to digest. So if you got any problem, if you got any questions about anything we are talking about, or even we don't talk about, just please send it in the chatting box, or just raise your hand. And we can just talk about together. Okay, so let's come back to this rule, the eighth one, finance. And as we have talked about in the introduction of the finance decision, there is a bank loan of It is a way of increasing your of helping you to get out of the financial trouble. So actually, in totally, you have 3 million yuan, 3 million as beginning, as a limitation of your loan. And of course, the bank loan is also accumulated which means you can just get a loan at most 3 million. So after you spend all it out, you just borrow. After you borrow 3 million, you got nothing to borrow. You got nothing to borrow. So that's why I always told you to be careful about borrowing the loan from the bank. So the loan actually you have to pay more care to the bank loaning, and then uh, it's about operating, your company's operating. In the beginning of each quarter, your company should have at least 2,500,000, which means no matter how many you cost, how many you earn, you have to have at least 2,500,000. If your money is not getting to that number, the system will just automatically borrow the money from the bank for you. It will directly borrow it from the bank for you. It's not, and you have to pay attention to this, because sometimes you make the wrong calculation because you don't notice that the system borrow the money from the bank, and the limitation is getting decreasing. So you have to pay attention to your cash current, your cash flow, actually cash flow. And then you can have the it's the total amount of loan is actually 8 million. So you can borrow more than 8 million. That's the limitation. And then it's the treasure bond. Treasure bond is the way you can. It's also the way to increase your net asset. But actually, the treasure bond is not that effective. Because you can see, if you want to invest the money into your manufacturer and sell your products, sell your products, your interest rate of selling is actually more than 1.5, because you see the annual interest rate of the treasure bond is 6%. Divided into each quarter in each season, it will be 1.5%. So, make a compare of this. If you invest into the manufacturing, if you invest into the promotion, into the advertisement, then this invest in the selling is actually more profitable than treasure bond. The treasure bonds can only get you 1.5. So that's why I said it's not effective. It can just be a way. It can just be a solution when you have too much money and nowhere to spend. That's the only way you to buy the treasure bond. So for my personal suggestion, you don't buy treasure bond. If you have too much money, make the dividend. You see, if your company is making money, you will divide to your shareholders. You'll be happy, and your total scores will increase too. And then it's the issue debenture. For the issue debenture, this is what we actually use to expand our corporation. Um, the limitation of the issue debenture is related to your net asset. So at the beginning, you have maybe as long I mean imagination as your company has 4 million net asset, then the debenture cannot exceed 50% of your net asset. So that means you have 2 million issued debenture can be sold out. So that's how much you can use to expand your corporation. And of course, with the physics going, with the quarters going, you will, when you make profit, when your company are profiting, your net asset is increasing. So relatively, you may sell, then you will have more debenture to sell. But actually, as we have said, the first step of your company is growing up. In that step, that's how and when we are going to expand our company. That's when we are going to buy more machines and workers. But in the profiting phases, we actually shouldn't buy more. machines, because you see, we have to make our company to be stable in profiting, and that's how we just that's how we make our profit accumulation, and that's how we just can use our money to divide them to shareholders. So even we are getting more limitation of the debenture, we don't use it. We just use it in the beginning of this competition. That's when we use it. So for the debenture, um, first of all, if you want to expand your company, you use debenture. Second of all, in the late phases of this competition, if you want to, if your company are facing any financial dilemma, you can use the debenture to save you out. That's the mainly two situation. You will use the debenture. So this is the finance decision you will make. Then it's the tax and dividend. Tax is you actually you don't need to do anything about the tax. You just when you're making money, it will pay automatically. When you are buying anything, you will pay automatically. You don't need to concern about this. But then but in the later talking, I will tell you how this tax is actually matters a lot. And then the dividend. The dividend means is first of all you have to reach the minimum limitation of the cash flow in each quarter, which means you have to have at least 2,500,000 in the beginning of your competition, and in each quarter, in each phases of this competition. Second of all, the dividend cannot exceed the company's after-tax income, which means if you make like 2 million income, and after tax it will be 1,500,000 yuan. The maximum dividend you can give out is 1,500,000. So you should give a notice about this. And then it's the note of the consider money's time value, accumulated tax and dividend are calculated with 7 annually interest rate. Okay, all right. So here give a note about the time's value, the money's time value. As you see with the in this system, it also concentrate about the inflation in the inflation. So it give you about 7% annual interest rate increasing in this competition. So for 7%, but 7% is the annual interest rate. If you want to divide it into each quarter, you have to make the more calculation about this. Then the cash flow. Cash flow is the thing I talk a lot in this competition. Actually, a lot of students, they don't they don't actually get an understanding of the importance of the cash flow. Not for just for the students in China. I met a lot of students. They just concerned about how much money they earn now and how much profitable the company are for this current phases. But actually, cash flow is the thing that I think might be the most important thing I learned in this competition. Also, not just for this simulation system, but also in your real life. And just think about it. When you are still undergraduate, you receive money from your parents. So, but there might be some problem. If you get a girlfriend, you have to pay for her. But so that's when you have to spend more than you receive. So that will make a situation that your money is not enough to spend, and you will have a debt. But how to make the debt balance to your income and spend? That's the thing. The cash flow. That's why the cash flow is very important. Once even just 1 yuan, 1 yuan not enough to cover your cost, your company will be crap. Your company will be crashed down, and you just for your personal life, if you have 1 yuan debt to pay the debt from your friends, your girlfriend will be gone. So that's the thing. That's why the reason why we should concern about cash flow. Cash flow is very, very, very important because just like we talked about the expansion phases of your company, In that, we usually have 3 quarters of expansion. In this 3 quarter, we invest almost every penny of your debenture, every penny of your current cash to expand your company. You spend a lot about every money, each penny of your money to buy machines and to hire workers and to buy materials. So, but there is a problem. When you are hiring more workers, when you have more machines, you spend a lot. So now here's the situation. You got just a few money, but you have a lot of things. You have a lot of materials to be produced. But if you want to produce, there is something. There is you should still continue investing in producing. The producing is also the biggest cost of your company. So when you are doing the expansion, you have to consider about not only about how big your company should be, and also how much money you should hold to uh, to keep operating this company. Just like the example I just made. If you want to get a girlfriend, just consider about yourself how much money you have to keep this girlfriend near to you. So when you are doing the simulation, and not just simulation, and also in your real life operation, you have to consider about the long term, not just for tomorrow, but also for next year, the year next year, and the year next year and next year. So you have to make a real long-term plan and decide and change according to the situation, according to the reality. So that's why I always say the cash flow is very, very important. It got some meaningful tutorials to me and to all the students I have ever met. So anytime, so whenever when we talk about this cash flow, I talk a lot about this because it's really, really important. And then the final one is about how to rank the overall score. The overall score is how we rank each company. That's how we decide which company is better. That's how we decide which company did better, did the best. Here is the weight of each factors. And as you can see here, in each quarter, there is a few factors at here. Income for current quarter, market share, accumulated dividend. That's why I said you have to divide them to your shareholders because it matters. It matters even for the overall score. It's an improvement of your profitable ability. And then accumulated tax also it's a improvement. It's a proof of your company's profit. And then the net asset, profit per workers, and capital return. And here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. We got 8 factors which will be concerned, which will be matters in the final overall score. So for these 8 factors, we can just check about each one of them. First one, the income. The income means the scale of your company. The bigger your scale of your company, the more income you will get for current. And then the market share also is related to your scale. The bigger you are, the more you supply, the bigger market share you will have. And market share, the weight of market share is 0.15, and the income is 0.2. And then the third one is accumulated dividend. Accumulated dividend is 0.1. So it is important. The dividend is important in this competition, but not that important because just get a 0.1 weight. And then tax is also 0.1. And then the net asset. Net asset is 0.2. So here is the thing. The net asset and the accumulated dividend is actually highly related because when you are giving dividend, your net asset will be decreasing because the dividend is the money you give to your shareholders. That's whenever you give dividend, your net asset will be decreasing. But if you keep your dividend, your net asset will be just remaining or getting increasing because the dividend coming from your net asset. That's the so when we are trying to make the decision of these two, if when we are trying to make this decision about if we are going to dividend, you have to check about the weight of factors. You see here, the net asset, the weight of net asset is higher than dividend. So we can just maybe just give fewer dividend, but not zero, because because it takes 0.1. It takes 10 scores in the 100. So you can just give dividend, but not that much because the net asset matters more. And then it's the profit per workers. Profit per workers means the effectiveness of your company, the effectiveness of your manufacturing plant. Because you see, if you can just use 100 workers to make 1 million profit, you are actually more better than the company that use 200 workers to make 1 million profits. So actually, the profits per workers means the effectiveness of your company. It matters too. And then the capital return. Capital return means the profitable ability of your company. And this one matters a lot more than just making money, more than just selling. And actually, the capital returns concerns about the whole process of your corporation. It's about the whole cash flow effectiveness of your company. So the capital return is not the thing you can control. It's just a conclusion. I think it's just a conclusion of your company's operation. So this one is the rules of this competition. We have introduced all of this, each part of it. So but whenever you are going to face the real situation of the simulation, it will be a little bit more difficult, or should I say, more complicated than we have talked about, because we have just talked about the rules. And then I may share you with the tutorials we have made. This one was made on WeChat. If you are interested, you can just download on WeChat and follow us. We have a channel in WeChat, and we send the tutorials we made ourselves. Yes, and also we have.
We'll put it in the WhatsApp.
Yes, we will send it in a WhatsApp group, and I will send the link to you. I'll send the link of this. Oh, sorry, wait a minute.
So, there's a link for WeChat. If you have WeChat, you can go on the WeChat.
If not, you can join on the WhatsApp. I share the link for the WhatsApp. I will create a PDF for all of the tutorials. We have like 5 tutorials defining what are the rules. So I'll create a PDF, and I will also share it on WhatsApp. So you have WeChat, you can go directly by yourself. If not, then I will make it easy by creating a PDF and put it on the WhatsApp for your access. Okay. So today we went through a very important part of the teaching, that is rules and regulations, right? More of the rules will help you to understand where the company is and where do you want to take that company to, and how you will be evaluated. So those are the things that basically gives you a bigger pictures, or like the pictures of the whole competition and the decision-making process. So now, today, before we close, I would like to request respected Professor Nan to give us some of the feedback and give us some guidance on this workshop on enterprise decision-making system. Professor Nan, please.
Okay, thank you very much for Coco, very good explanation about this training, and also thank you as well. Okay, who give a very good explanation and in detail. Okay, so in fact, tonight we just give the an instruction about the business decision simulation. Okay, so this software, in fact, is dealing with a virtual firm which concerns about manufacturing company. Okay, I think we will send you a real company's operations. For example, Huawei company, okay, who produced, a cell phone and a lot of technology information infrastructures, and this company's annual report. We also will give you information about Biadi company. That is also about the EV card, electronic car, okay, electronic vehicle in China. And so the annual report also will be supplied to you. So that's two top really manufacturing companies. Okay, but anyway, and what we are dealing with and learning is about how to operate a virtual company. Okay, and that will concerned about the company strategic development, marketing management. Okay, and also about management accounting and the human resource management, operational management, and HR, human resource management, research and development management, supply chain management as well, and also so for our audience who are interested to control the management knowledge, okay, and wish to be top managers in the near future. But anyway, so I think so that's a very good, and it's a very good start. And in fact, we wish through this training, we can learn from each other. And also, if you have some questions, and please give information back to the SWAL and to Coco, so we can improve that. But anyway, thank you everyone. Thank you very much. Okay, wish you have a very good weekends and a very good, have a very good night. Okay.
Yes.
SWAL.
All right. Thank you, professors. Thank you. And thank you, Professor Nam. Since we have talked about the introduction of this system today, and tomorrow I will send you the accounts for each team as we have registered as you have registered as a team to this workshop. And this workshop will be lasting for 5 days. And in these 5 days, I sincerely wish we may share our knowledge through this online online talking, and I'd really like this workshop to be having an easy atmosphere. So if you got any problem, if you got any trouble in using our file or in using this system, please just ask me. If you have WeChat, ask me on WeChat, or if you're using WhatsApp, just ask me on WhatsApp, or if you have any problems for Professor Nam or the problems for our university, and you are interested in that, just it's also okay. Just call me or just text me on WhatsApp. So once again, thank you for coming. And tomorrow's night, I wish I will see you again. Yes.
Coco.
Yes.
Okay, please let them know how many students could be set up their own company. I think at this stage, because they are just learn that, Okay, so maybe 3, 4, 5 students consists
Three.
of a virtual firm. It's also all right. Anyway, so give them choices, and also 3. Okay, so you should make that. Okay. Anyway, I think because they are just the beginner,
Yes.
so maybe 3, 4. Depends. Okay, Coco, you can give
Yes.
your rule. Okay.
Okay. Well, first of all, to match the rules of the national competition, 3 of them is perfect. And secondly, if I think if there will be too many members in your team, it might be a little bit too difficult to manage. So I think 3 of them is 3 of one team is perfect.
佢哋先咯，我看下你的这个，还有可能今天就只剩下你。
Okay, so I think
Zhang Rui, Mr. Zhang Rui. No. Okay. Coco. Anyway, in my opinion, so that's a Chinese national competition, but
yes.
we will also hold, at the same time that will be international, in higher institutions,
Oh,
competition. Okay. So
yes.
so that's I mean, at the same time we could do that. Okay.
Yes. And thank you, Professor Nan, for mentioning this. And what I have to tell you is that, first of all, we will have international competition, which is called the the Belt and Road Initiative International
Yes.
Competition. In April, we set it in April 19 to 20, and after this workshop, I think you will all be able to join that competition. And secondly, there will be a national competition in China, which will contains almost every almost I can't say every, but a lot of universities in China, they will participate in this competition offline. They will be coming to SWUFE, and I think some teams of you, if you are excellent in your workshop or in the international competition, you might I think you will be offered an opportunity to come to come to our university and to participate in that national competition. So that's the reason, and that's the purpose we are holding this workshop, to share this information and to make preparation.
Okay. I add some words, please. Because according to Chinese government, one belt, one road initiative. So just through this learning, I mean training, we could go through, I mean, business design simulation. I think that is just one thing. Okay, the second thing is through this, we can also, set up, okay, for example, Chinese banking industry will do the competition with the Nepal banking industry. Okay, so the different managers from different bank, so we can also do the competition, and also we can directly visit through visit. Okay, I mean the delegation from Chinese banking industry could go to the Nepal, and Nepal banking industry delegations can visit SWUFE, can visit Chengdu, Sichuan, and even China banking industry. So so that is a university to university learning, and also business, for example, banking business to banking business exchanging. So anyway, we can do a lot of things. Okay, so that means, in fact, we have put a lot of energy and time for this implement the One Belt One Road initiative. Okay.
All right, thank you, Professor Nam. And 朱老师，要不要邀请那个张瑞老师说两句他在的话？
对 ，please， 张瑞 ，teacher 张瑞 ，please.
Okay, it's my pleasure. I think it's a good competition.
because this competition can enhance the friendship and also enhance the business cooperation and the business enhance the business relationship between partners between China and other countries, especially in Nepal. As the school, especially as the business school, we really want to enhance this competition to a higher level. I'm so glad that Professor Zhu had done a lot of extremely excellent work in promoting this competition. I really hope this competition can be a big branch, the good branch for the friendship and for the business promotion in the future between China and other countries, and also between the China and Nepal, especially. I hope in the coming competition, more and more candidates will join it and enjoying the performance and enjoying the beauty of this competition, to make this competition become more global, to make it has more prestige in the future. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, I introduced the teacher Zhang Rui. In fact, he is a faculty member of the Western Business School. Okay, that is for EMBA, Executive Master of Business Administration. Okay, so that's the very key school of the SWUFE. So not just learning and business dissemination, but we have a lot of knowledge can be shared, can be exchanged. For example, AI and banking industry, AI and education, AI for everything. Okay, so that will be useful and a benefit for all of us. Okay.
I think the AI is so important. It can remote the business model in the future.
Yes. True.
Yes.
Coco.
Okay.
Coco.
Thank you, Professor Zhang, and thank you, Professor Nan, and also thank you for all professors for coming here today and all the participants. Once again, it's my pleasure to join in this workshop. And of course, please remember tomorrow night, 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. of Beijing time. Wish to see you here again. Okay, so that will be all for today. So good night, my friends. Good night. See you again. See you tomorrow. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.
会所有人结束投票。
Long day.